Hello family, in this video today we're going to be talking about how to write a song. What are the 5 key things that you should be looking at in order to write a good song? My name is Baloyi and I am a songwriter. So it is very important for me to share with you what is my process, what are the things that I usually have to go through in order to put together a good song, which I believe you'll hopefully like. So here are the 5 key elements of writing a good song. Number 1, inspiration. What are we talking about when we talk about inspiration? Look, there's some people that believe that they can pull a pen and paper and write a song, but I believe that to write a good song, you need to be inspired to write. You don't just write. You have to be feeling like there is almost an emotion that can take over, or an inspiration that is beyond your usual day-to-day. So what you need to know and understand is maybe how to trigger the inspiration in order to write. When you are fully inspired, and inspiration most of the time comes from the emotions. So maybe you are sad or maybe you are happy. Those emotions, you need to know how to turn those emotions into inspiration. So if I'm happy, for example, it's easier for me to write a happy song because I'm inspired to write a happy song. And if I'm sad, it is also easier to write a sad song because it's almost like the song will then come naturally. The lyrics will flow naturally because at that state already my emotions are sad. So I will write perhaps a sad song. So writing a song is about knowing how to turn an emotion into a song. So you need to be inspired. So I 100% stand with those that say that you need to be inspired. Inspiration is one of the key elements on how to write a song. So if you are saying that I'm not inspired and I don't know how to trigger the inspiration, I would say for me, I know that if I'm alone and I'm in a quiet space, or maybe I'm driving and I'm alone, I'm driving a long distance, I'll switch off the radio just for me to be alone completely, in complete silence. And what I will usually do, I'll then just start singing randomly, making random melodies, and depending on how I feel inside, I'll try to also draw from within and write something that I feel that it is also true to me. So when it comes to writing a song, inspiration is one of the things that I feel that are very important. That is number 1. And then point number 2 is skill versus talent. Do you have to be talented to write a song, or is it a skill that you can develop? I believe that both is true. You have to have some bit of talent, but I also believe that it is a skill that you can develop. I remember for me to start writing a song, it happened that I was with my friends, and one of my friends said to me, I wrote this song and then let me play it for you. And they played it on the piano and they started singing it, and that triggered something inside of me. And I remember going home. When I got home, I was like, I really want to try writing a song. And indeed, I literally took a pen and paper and I started writing. I didn't know anything about you need to be inspired, you need this and that. I just took a pen and paper and started writing, started singing melodies, started putting it together. And when I looked at the song and started singing it, and I started singing the song to people, and indeed I got validation that actually there is something. So that's how I identified that I actually have a talent, or this is a skill that I can develop. And from there, I never stopped writing. I've just been writing. I kept writing. I kept writing. Obviously, with time, then you start to be better, and then you invest a lot in terms of listening to other songwriters, and maybe, listening to songs a lot more to try and understand what was this songwriter thinking, how were they feeling when they wrote the song. And I'm a lover for lyrics. I love lyrics. When I listen to the song, I try to listen into what is exactly this person trying to communicate, and then that helps me to know how can I communicate my story better through a song, whether it's a situation I'm going through, or a situation I've been through, or maybe somebody tells me a situation that they're going through, and how can I turn that into a song. So skill versus talent, I can say that you don't need necessarily to just be talented and say, no, I'm talented, I can kill it. There's people who are killing it only with talent, but I believe that talent can also just be enhanced with skill if you keep maybe doing the thing you're talented at a lot more often, and you're also doing some research, and you're also just keeping yourself up to date with making sure that you're always putting together a good song. And I believe that even if you're saying, but I don't know if I'm talented enough to write a song, let me tell you that it is a skill. It can be developed. I was watching an interview where someone said, I don't need inspiration. I just wake up and I program a beat. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. That means maybe someone can do a song or write a song even without inspiration. Sometimes you may not have inspiration at the time, but the moment you start, then inspiration can also kick in. So I would say that if you are talented, you can develop your talent more with the skill. And if you don't know if this is your talent, purely through skill, you can still put together a good song. So point number 3, target audience. Who are you writing the song for? Who's gonna be your listener? I remember one day we were at a rehearsal with my team, and I introduced a song. This was back in the years, and one of my team members said to me, which radio station is gonna play this song? And I thought, wow, that is a good question, because at the time I was just writing and I didn't think about it. But when they asked me which radio station is gonna play the song, I started thinking, oh, so it is important to think about the listener on the other side. Am I writing the song for kids so that as they play while singing along to the song? Or am I writing this song maybe to a lot more mature audience, maybe adults? Am I writing this song maybe for lovers, a song that they can dedicate to each other? Or am I writing a song that I want it to be maybe sang in church? Or is this song targeted to praise and worship teams? So those are the things you need to think about. What is your target audience? Your target audience will also help guide the song. You must not just write a song that targeting everybody. Write a song having a particular audience in mind. I listened to one of the popular artists in South Africa here who said that they usually write a song for a 16-year-old. And in their experience, when you write a song for a 16-year-old, usually then it appeals to a broader market. Well, that is their experience. For me, when I write a song, usually I'd like to think about an old lady who is at home, maybe cleaning while my song is playing in the background. And when I think about that, I find that most of the time my songs tend to be a lot simpler in terms of lyrics and the arrangements, because I don't want the old lady to be lost and not be able to understand the song, because always I have this old lady in mind, whether she's at church, or whether she's at a funeral. I want her to be able to pick up any of my songs when she's sitting with an audience, so that an audience can also be able to jump in. So that is my process, but you can have your own process and have your own target audience to know who are you targeting. If you are targeting kids, then you know that your songs have to have some kind of something that will relate also to the kids, maybe in terms of the lyrics or in terms of the melody as well. So those are the things that I feel that they are very important with regards to your target audience. So point number 4 is simplicity versus complexity. I always choose simplicity. That's my personal opinion, and that's how I have also managed to write most of my songs. And it's just something that happened with time. When I started writing, a lot of my songs were in English, and a lot of my songs were very complicated in my opinion. But with time, as I was writing, and I remember in my very first album, I had a lot of songs that were also a bit complicated. But when my album came out, one of the songs that was picked up a lot was the most simple song on the whole album. So that almost gave me a guide to say, okay, maybe people or my audience are relating a lot more to simpler songs, then I started gravitating towards writing a simpler song. Because remember, I'm thinking about an old lady, and now an old lady will be able to sing to sing that simple song. So those are the things that you kind of want to think about. But if you are making your songs complicated, then you need to refine your target audience. You need to know that if the songs are complicated and the chord work is also maybe major keys and also minor keys as well, so that will almost segment your audience to a more mature audience in terms of musicality. So you are going to attract maybe musicians or people who play instruments, or just people who are music lovers will gravitate a lot towards the complexity. I know that when I want to listen to music that is complicated, I've got certain artists that I can go to. I know they're gonna give me the scales, they're gonna give me a lot of the things that as a musician I will enjoy, but a lot of that is not appealing to a regular person who's at home cooking or cleaning. Usually they just want to listen to a very simple song and that they can enjoy. So depending on what is your target audience, it will guide whether or not you're writing a very simple song or you're writing a very complicated song. So the last of the 5 points, which is point number 5, is song arrangement. When I started writing songs, I used to listen a lot to R&B songs. So with R&B songs, a lot of it, the structure is verse, pre-chorus, and then chorus, and then it's second verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then bridge, and then chorus. So that is the structure of an R&B song. So I use that structure a lot to write a lot of the songs that I started writing songs with. But I used to write in a very complicated format, but now I tend to gravitate a lot to a much more simpler format. One of the simple formats that I use is just having the A section of the song and having the B section of the song, and then I repeat the A section again, and then the B section. Same lyrics for the A, and maybe different lyrics for the B section. And then what I would then do is on the B section, I would take it just a little bit higher in terms of maybe the inversion. I'll take a higher inversion on between the A section and the B section. So if you are starting to write, my advice would be take a very simple melody, have that same melody on the A section, change the lyrics, same melody, B section, but make it then a little bit higher in terms of an octave or an inversion. Just make it a little bit higher there, and then just kind of take it from there as a start. It doesn't have to have the bridge and a lot of the other things. Just keep it simple for start, and then kind of start to develop from there. So when you are experienced, that's when you can start exploring different melodies, and you can start exploring different formats, and then take it from there. So thank you so much. This is how to write a song. These are the 5 key elements that I wanted to share with you. But before we part ways, this is what I want us to talk about. There's 2 very interesting things that you're gonna get on these videos. Number 1 is my song review. Every video I'm going to review one of my songs, and then here on this video today we are reviewing one of my songs, Ufanelwe. Ufanelwe is a song that when I wrote, I just wanted to write a very simple song that people can just join in and worship without overthinking and without thinking about too many lyrics. And on this song, I used a very simple method of writing. In terms of arrangements, it's just the A section and the B section. So on the A section, it's just also lower inversions, different lyrics to the B section. The B section, again, I'm taking it just a little bit higher in terms of an inversion, and then I'm changing the lyrics to emphasize what I'm saying on the lower inversion. And that is what I was talking about when I said keep it simple. So that is how I wrote Ufanele. So Ufanele ukudumiswa ageko onjengawe. Keep it simple, lower octave on the A and then higher octave on the B section. So that is the segment I am very excited to share with you, which is my song review. So this section is a hit song review section. So on this segment, we'll be talking about hit songs and we'll be reviewing the hit songs. Today's hit song is This Year by Victor Thompson. So there's three key elements that I thought they really put together a good song using those three key elements. Number one is a hook. So the song has a melody that goes follow, 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 follow. I don't want to obviously oversing the song and spoil a good hit song, you know, but there's a follow, 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 follow melody which really hooks. So here's another thing you might want to think about is hooks make a really good hit song. And then also what they did is as the song starts, there's that also, it just kind of introduces you to the song before the song already starts and already hooks you, and then you are interested then to listen to the whole song. So those are the things that and number three, another thing they did is they just kept it really simple, and the song is not even 3 minutes long. It's just 2 minutes and the song is obviously big on TikTok and on other platforms as well. So this is a hit song review that we'll be doing every time during the shows. So drop me your questions on the comments, and then any questions about songwriting and what is your process, share with me also how do you write your songs, and you know how do you achieve a good song. And then if there's something maybe that I missed or that you feel you can also add, just let me know, because I'd like to learn from you and I'd like to come along with you on this journey. And you know what, if you haven't subscribed yet, be careful. You might miss out to a lot more of good content that will come up. So please hit the subscribe button and then join the family. Thank you so much. Catch you on the next one.